Hi, I'm Trupti Agrawal, Fund Manager at WhiteOak AMC. We're super excited to launch our first set of thematic funds, starting with the BFSI Fund, a sector that I have closely tracked at WhiteOak since inception. BFSI, as we all know, is a very large industry. It has attracted humongous capital, entrepreneurial spirit, and top quality human talent over the years. Having looked at financial services both within India and outside India, the team strongly believes that Indian financial services system is one of the most sophisticated and evolved financial services. It is almost comparable to that of most of the developed world countries and certainly among the best in the emerging markets. No wonder some of the large private banks in India have historically been global favorites among investor community and traded at very rich valuations versus their peers. BFSI has a long runway for growth in India given the extent of underpenetration of financial products in the country. BFSI offers you opportunities to invest in a variety of businesses. It is no longer only about banking, although we do believe that banking is also poised to do very well in India. Having said that, now there are opportunities to invest in insurance companies, capital market facilitators, market infrastructure institutions, fintechs, and the list is just growing. One needs to appreciate that many of these businesses have listed in India only in the last 6 to 7 years, having achieved some kind of a scale and traction. There is a very healthy pipeline of very interesting business models that are yet to list in India. The industry structure for many of these businesses are very interesting. They operate in oligopolies and duopolies. The long-term performance of the financial services index in India. The index has returned very healthy performance both on an absolute and relative basis to the broader index on a long term. One can look at returns on a time period on any rolling basis and see that that sector has delivered very healthy double-digit returns over a long period of time in India. In most of the years in the last 20 years, the sector has outperformed the broader market index. It's only in the last 4 years that the sector has seen some underperformance, which in our opinion is stock specific. Valuations in the sector, which are very attractive versus their own historical averages, make a very good entry point for investment in the sector at this stage. Although the sector is a long-term structural growth story in the Indian context. We are a very large, well-resourced and experienced team which is covering financial services. We cover more than 130 stocks closely. Two things that stand out about the team are that we have people who have experienced the business of financial services firsthand. We have members of the team who have worked in institutions like rating agencies, lending, etc. and have deep domain expertise and subject matter knowledge of the sector that they are covering. And the second most important thing about our team is the global exposure. There are members in the team who've looked at financial services actively outside India. We have people who are closely tracking the emerging markets financials on a day-to-day basis. The idea for us is to identify trends, themes, risks, and business models which have played out in other countries and apply those learnings to India. This is a very unique capability of the team in managing the sector. Thank you so much for your patient hearing, and I'm looking forward to your participation in the fund.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.